may I request Dr. R. Raman,
You don't remember.
Mr. Satish Tiwari, Mr. Manoj AM, and I would also like to take this opportunity of calling upon Mr. Rahul Tahiliani, if he's here, from Yes Bank. Hi. And Dr. Vinod Lahoti. May I first request Professor R. Raman. He happens to be the director of the Center for Natural Farming and Sustainable Agriculture, Faculty of Agriculture, Annamalai University.
Good afternoon to all my fellow speakers and delegates. National Science Day wishes and greetings to you all. So my topic is natural farming. So the Annamalai University started in the year 1929, and the Faculty of Agriculture started some 65 years back, and recently 2 years back only we started the center for the benefit of farmers to enrich the soil health. With this aim only we started the center. We all know that the major issues with the modern agriculture, the depletion of organic matter, especially in the soil. Organic matter is like a jewels of the soil. So recent years, after 1960s, when we started this modern agriculture with the chemical and all that, most of the soils are losses its organic matter content. Originally, the virgin soil should contain around 5% organic matter content. Now the organic matter content of the soil is around less than 0.5 percentage, and build-up of salinity in the soil, more residues in the food through the chemical and all that, and we get the poor quality of food and poor taste also, more dependence of chemicals, and it is well noticed in most of the soils. Now we have a micronutrient deficiency. In early days, before introduction of this modern agriculture, we apply just organic matter only. In organic matter, organic manure supply all type of nutrients. But when we confine to only the chemical-based fertilizer or chemicals, it is very specifically providing the nutrients which is essential for the crop, especially like NPK only. We are very particular. What happened due to the total avoidance of this type of organic manures? We were not able to provide the micronutrient deficiency. It is well noticed in the last 2 decades. The result of all these things, the plants may not take the uptake of major nutrients. When we take a food, we would like to add a salt. If you are not able to, we will not able to take the food also. So the micronutrient plays role like a, and that is what the central government and the state governments, they are focusing on more on natural farming. Natural farming is not new to us. We have practiced natural farming from the history onwards. It has started only the modern agriculture started due to the population increase, food demand. Based on that only, we introduce all the chemical based inputs. So that is the reason we are having issues. Now the government of India and the state government, all the state governments, they are focusing more on natural farming to rebuild the soil health, to rehabilitate the soil health, to restore the soil health. That is very essential. Without soil, we can't do agriculture. With that view only, we started the center as well as we are focusing on natural farming. Some of the principles of natural farming, principles care and maintenance of Panchabulas. You know that soil, water, Akash, fire, these are the Panchabulas. And principle of soil is a living entity. On early days, when we dug the soil by hands, we got a lot of earthworms. Because that time, when I joined the university in 1980s, when we dug the soil, we got a lot of earthworms. Now we go with the help of our students, we use a crowbar. It's very difficult to get the earthworms also, because though no organic manures, no organic matter is added. Then one of the principles is integrating plant, animal and human beings. then principled biodiversity and sustainable agriculture. It is a need of the hour, and principles of climate resilient practices. Now you know that due to the global climate change, now we are suffering, especially the agriculture sector is suffering a lot. We were not able to grow the crop in time also. The rainfall pattern changed. Availability of water is also becoming very poor for the agriculture activities. That's what we had to think about the climate resilient crops. We have to find out the crops. Some of the techniques and practices in the natural farming. One is the minimize the physical, biological, and chemical disturbance of soil. Wherever possible, we try to avoid the more work on the soils. Keep the soil covered with the help of any metals, vegetations, or we can go for the mulching materials. The thing is, when we cover the soil, we can make two benefits. One is the crop will be free from the weeds, and we can also maintain the soil moisture to the greater extent also. Then integrate the animals into the farm as much as possible. And now we are very particular to use the farm inputs, bioformulations. Some other important technology suggested for the natural farming, zero tillage or minimum tillage. When we use for the continuous tillage or heavy tillage, that make the soil in a very cloudy conditions also. And traditional varieties, crop rotation, that's very important. It's also we are recommending the people because when we grow the long duration crops always need more spacing on top, and especially in the early days, the crop growth rate is very less. That is what we are introducing. Say some crops, especially the short duration crops as intercrops, we get some benefits. And apart from that, the effective utilization of resource which is available in the soil, that is due to the intercropping, cover cropping, mulching, and biostimulants, the biopesticides and fungicides. These are all recommended for the natural farming in the recent days. Soil organic matter is a prime indicator for the soil health. It makes the soil very viable nature, very lively conditions. Food source for the microorganism. When the soil is having sufficient organic matter content, it's a source for soil organisms. Highly decomposed organic matter which provide the storehouse for the exchangeable and available cations, act as a buffering agent which check rapid chemical changes in pH and create a granular condition of soil which maintains favorable condition for aeration and permeability, increase the water holding capacity, that is very important, and reduce the surface runoff erosion to the greater extent. Some of the soil organisms are involved nearly every aspect of soil quality. It improves the structure and aggregations. It is also improve the organic matter content. Decomposition is rapidly done with the help of soil organic matter. Nitrate leaching is also reduced, and nutrient recycling is also benefited by all these things. Soil organism can be grouped into on the basis of size, how big they are, species, who they are related to, function, how they make their living. So 1 gram of topsoils on early days may contain as many as 1 billion bacteria and up to 10 million actinomyces, 1 million fungi, and 100 nematodes. It was with the topsoils. Now the topsoils, the values are less due to the non-application of organic matters. Importance of soil organisms responsible for recycling of carbon, nitrogen, and other nutrients, enhance its soil structure, and relocate and decompose organic materials, maintain the soil health and quality, improve the soil erosions, penetrability, and involve in disease transmission and control. The role of earthworm already I have discussed. Now it is very difficult for us to find the earthworm in the soil because there is no organic matter content. But when we have this type of earthworms, with the help of soil organic matter, it improves the soil formations, it improves the soil porosity, it increases the water infiltrations, decomposition of organic matter content, and humus formations, nutrient recycling. That is also more important on the plant growth to the greater extent. Beneficial insects are categorized in 3 categories. One is the predators, parasites, and pollinators. Especially in natural farming, we recommend these type of beneficial insects to bring to make a sustainable one. Predators and parasite and pollinators. And human health issues due to the agrochemicals. One is the cancer, it is around 13%, now it is increased, and poisoning 8%, reproductive disruptions is 6%, genetic side 6%, respiratory problems around 7%. It is for normal people. The person, those who are involved in spraying the chemicals, they may be more affected due to this agrochemicals, and chronic kidney disease around 5%, other health issues 14%, and neurological disorders maybe around 41%. These are all due to the agrochemicals. Now, biostimulant. So, at present, we are talking about the natural farming. Though we are just giving a lesson to the people about all the inputs, now we are talking about the biostimulant. A substance, it's a definition for the biostimulant, is a substance or microorganism that when we apply to the seed, plant or rhizosphere, stimulate the natural process to enhance the benefit, nutrient uptake, nutrient efficiency and tolerance and biotic stress and crop quality and yield. These are some of the these are the plant biostimulants, types of bio inputs. One is for the plant growth and nutrient management, another one is for the plant disease and pest management. The benefits of it is already known to you, like nutrient uptake, nutrient use efficiency, and biotic tolerance and crop quality and yield. These are some of the major impact of the biostimulant: root structure and growth, nutrient use efficiency, water use efficiency is increased, and stress tolerance also there, and induced systemic and disease tolerance. These are some of the biostimulant benefits. Sustainability in the biostimulants. We have conducted so many trials for biostimulant in our university. So all the trials increase the yield on all the yield characters by 20 to 30%. We have conducted more than 15 crops supported by some of the companies, more than 7 companies linked with us. We are doing the field efficacy. It is actually the last 2 days we have I heard about that. Field efficacy is one of the base for your registration and all that. We are doing the work for the companies. So from this work, we got an excellent result. So actually, the Vipinsi asked me the advocacy role in promoting the biological inputs. These are some of the advocacies. As per his request, we have given some of the advocacies. And we had to go for a periodical sample of the nutrient availability, of creating awareness of the product to the people, and conducting field evaluation study with the agriculture university. We must have a brand name which catchy and easy to remember by the users. Local level workshop for the farmers, approach to the farmer production company, periodical monitoring evaluation, rectify the shortfalls, and bulk purchase and rectify the shortfalls, maintain the quality of the produce. That's very important. Then soil is a living ecosystem and it's a farmer most precious asset. A farmer reproductive capacity is directly related to the health of the soil. Sadly, in the name of progress, we have polluted the air, water, soil and the food which we eat. You know that 5 components, 5 Panchabhutas, we say that. So only one Panchabhutas, we used to say that the mother. We mother earth, we call the earth as a mother. We call her mother as she gives everything to us, but what we give her back. She gives us a food, but we give her garbage. She gives us a water, but we give her sewage. She gives us oxygen, but we give her carbon dioxide. She gives us a medicine, but we give her a sickness. She gives us a chemical, but we dump on her toxic waste. She gives us metal, but we have metal scraps. She gives us a forest, but we give her a concrete jungles. She gives us a petrol, but we give her a plastic waste. She gives us a gold to bejewel ourselves, but we bombard and despair. Don't all of us know that we are not here without her? Pond over. Enrich the soil, enhance the crop yield, ensure the healthy food. The future belongs to the nations who have a grain, not the gun. With this, thank you everyone for the patient hearing. And I want to thank Dr. Mr. Vipinji for including us as an academic partner for this BASAI event. And he has also invited me as a speaker for this event. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Frankly speaking, our next speaker is Mr. Satish Tiwari ji. He'll be talking about sustainability in agriculture. Satish ji.
Thank you very much, Bipin, and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Satish Tiwari, and I am representing a company called Gencrest. And Gencrest is a very young company in this industry, and also very youngest member of BASAI. So I am going to talk about little bit about Gencrest and the group which Gencrest belong, then about sustainability. So as you know, father of Indian Green Revolution, Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, now he is Bharat Ratna. He told that when agriculture goes wrong, nothing else will have chance to go right. So that's how agriculture is very, very important. And as you know, it was proven in COVID era also. This was the only sector which has given food and shelter and livelihood to all Indians. So Gencrest, the company which I represent, belongs to Samta Group, based out at Mumbai. So they have 5 entities, especially Gencrest. We are making fiber and fertilizer from pseudo stem of banana, which was the problem of farmers. And our plant is Bhusawal, and Bhusawal happened to be 10% producer of all banana which we produce in the country. So that pseudo stem was problem, and now they are getting money out of it, and we are making fiber which is being supplied to all textile brands in India and abroad, and we are making a lot of eco-friendly and sustainable fertilizer crop nutrition out of it. We have Samta Foundation where we are doing a certain activity for sustainability and women empowerment across India, especially in Maharashtra. Then we have Samta Energy, which is a solar power plant, one of the India's first solar power plant, which is situated in Surendranagar, Gujarat, established in 2012. Then we have Samta Mines, where we have exploration and recycling of metals. The mines is situated in Morocco, Congo and Uganda. Then we have company called Proto9, which is a research-based company which is working on R&D. So if you see the entire group, which is founded by promoters of Ajanta Pharma, is totally their business is on sustainability and development of the society. So Gencrest basically a research-driven company. We have 2 R&D center and plant at Bhusawal, one R&D center at Mumbai, and another is in Bhusawal itself, where we are making fertilizers from green enzymatic technology. So our aim is to create equilibrium between humanity and environment. We create a sustainable solution for everyday life. It's for human and so as crops. So as you know, a lot of speakers, those have spoken before me, they have focused on productivity and soil health, ecosystem, agriculture productivity. As you know, our world population is growing and resources are limited to produce the food for a growing population. Now in India, we are 1.4 billion population, and it is going to be 1.7. So as bird population is going to be 10 billion. We are already 8 billion population, and land, water and all resources are limited. So the limited land and resources, we need to produce more. So now it's not only producing more, it's about producing the food which is eatable, which is safe. And same time we have to talk about sustainability, the kind of resources we got from our parents और हमारे जो पूर्वजों से हमें मिला है, that we need to transfer or conserve for our coming generations. So that's our responsibility to save soil health, ecosystem, agriculture productivity, and planet. As you know, these are the 16 or 17 now essential element which is required, and most of things those are important in human or plant life. They are free. In plant life also, this CHO is free and it's coming from environment. The primary nutrient like NPK we are supplying from bulk fertilizer, and then secondary and micronutrient we are supplying from different agri input like customized fertilizer, water soluble fertilizer, water biostimulant, micronutrient, etc. And that we are doing from last 70 years. We are loading soil with the chemical fertilizer. I happen to be working for a decade for one of the biggest fertilizer company in India, and I know how much we were selling. So as the chemical pesticides, we are loading this soil after this green revolution. So this is the consumption of fertilizer you can see, and it's growing. But same time, if you see the fertilizer response ratio, it's coming down. Now it's starting from 12% to now it's 5% or less than 3% now. So the worry is whatever now we are feeding the soil or crop, it's not responding. The reason is very obvious, because we have destroyed the soil structure, microfauna, microflora, and most importantly microbes and CN ratio, NPK ratio, etc. So that's how we are talking about sustainability and sustainable agriculture practices. Sustainability is very, very wide term and debated in different forum. Sometimes it will become very fancy. But to practice sustainability is very costly affair, and we need to be very cautious about this, because the alternate of sustainability is very cheaper, we can say, solutions. Like if you see sustainable items, they are costly as compared to plastic, as compared to other item, maybe chemical fertilizers. So the need of our is sustainability. That's how the global all this scientists and everybody is talking about sustainability. And India also we are talking about natural farming, national plant production product, regenerative agriculture, natural farming, organic farming, etc. So at Gencrest, we are also promoting sustainable agriculture. We don't sell any chemicals. Whatever the product we are producing, it's we are making from the agriculture based and supplying to the farmer on their very cost effective rate across India. So these are our offering. So now I will talk a little bit about sustainability and what Samta Foundation is working towards it. So we are working basically on healthcare, prison transformation, community service, and education. We are doing a lot of eye tests, eye camp across India, and we are doing cataract operations. More than 6 lakh eye surgery has been done by Samta Foundation, and it's end to end. They will bring patient from the village, and after the treatment, they are dropping them to their home. We are doing lot of work for women development and the girls, school girls and tribal women. We are having around 40 computer labs across Maharashtra government schools. We are providing IIT Mumbai curriculum and certification for computer education to tribal children, 6 to 12 classes. Then we are running plant nursery. There are 4 big nursery where we are giving sapling of certain fruit and other plants to the farmers and other peoples on the free of cost. We are running a malnutrition camp. Most of area, as you know, in tribal area, there are a lot of malnourished people. So we are running that. We are running Samita Shubda Kendra, where we are giving training about tailoring and around 50 places we are running this kind of designing center where we are giving 6-month course, and the student was awarded, and after that we are giving one professional machine so that they will become a self-earner. So we have done that lot of activity in entire Maharashtra. We are doing a lot of activity for girl child improvement. So that's how the company Gencrest and Samta Group, which contributing towards sustainability, and we will continue to do same. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Our next speaker, may I call upon Mr. Manoj AM?
So, good afternoon to one and all, and thank you, BASAI, for this opportunity. We are from T.Stanes and Company Limited, and the topic we are going to present here is on the role of microbes in the crop protection and nutrient segment. Even though the list is very longer, I'll not take much time here. Coming into the, I'll give a small brief about the company. It's a 160 years old company of Indian origin. We are into various segments of agrochemicals, starting from biopesticides, biostimulants, biofertilizers, etc. And we are developing our new products through our R&D center, which is DSAR accredited R&D center, and we have a global presence in 32 countries as of so far. Directly coming into the topic, generally microbials we have classified into two segments, either as crop protection or crop nutrition segment. Here we will speak much on crop nutrition segment, as we are all more familiar on the protection aspects. First, I'll start with biostimulants. We are all speaking about biostimulants for the past 2 days. One common thing, this is a list of countries where it has been already defined a definition for biostimulants. The common thing what we can observe in all the definition is that it's one thing is that it is an product which is a substance or a microorganism or a mixture of organisms which helps in enhancing the tolerance effect, nutrient uptake, or the efficacy of the crop. That is the quality of the crop. That is the one common thing which is being spoken by all the definitions across the globe. Coming into the abiotic factors, already microbials have been proved for its abiotic stress factors. There are like plant growth promoting rhizobacterias and plant growth promoting fungi, which has already proven for its effects. It is being achieved through various roles, which we call it as strategies kinds of things. Like they produce phytohormones, siderophores, they lower ethylene levels, they regulates the genes and antioxidant genes. These all plays a major role in the abiotic stress management. We have taken few examples, like I'll say with one or two. If you take Pseudomonas, which produces IAA siderophores, which has benefits of its growth towards in the stressed plants. It increases the potash availability, sequestration of materials, beneficial effects of rhizobacteria. And these are all the list, like arbuscular mycorrhizal fungi, which increases the uptake of K+, Ca2 and Mg2+, which helps in improving the plant growth or biomass production in the drought tolerance plant. So what we can see here is a microorganism as such has a role in the part of abiotic stress management. Coming into microbe, till now we were seeing about microorganism as single compound. Microbiome is a combination. It was first derived by Ledberg and McRae. The most important factor in microbiome is we need to understand about the plant-to-plant interaction, microbe to microbe interaction, and a plant to microbe interaction, because as we produces reflex effect when we attain into some difficult positions, plant also produces certain organic compounds or volatile materials which helps in protecting them from the stress factors. Few like antibiotics, volatile molecules, phytohormones, organic acids, amino acids, these are all the few compounds which they produces during the stress factors. Generally this microbiome is classified into three. Either it is a rhizosphere, endosphere and phyllosphere. It's very simple based on their classification. Rhizosphere, which is below the soil near the root zones. Phyllosphere, which is above the soil on the leaf surfaces. Endosphere, which is within the plant surfaces. So I have tried to list down what is the role of these rhizosphere. Like the rhizosphere microbiome has a role in pesticide degradations, IAA productions, and it has been reported for various activities. Like endosphere, we all know it has nitrogen fixation, phosphate solubilization, all biofertilizer effect we can see with endospheres. And phyllosphere also we have like drought tolerance effects, antagonistic activities. These are all being produced by the philosphere microorganisms. So the next aspect of nutrition is on biofertilizer, which is in India. If you take in India, it is confined with N-fixers and P-solubilizers or nutrient mobilization, and it is also limited with few organisms, like which is listed here, and the which is one which is bolded underlined is like it is classified as a biostimulant in other countries, which we were discussing for the past 2 days. And as we had in the earlier meeting also, like it is limited with few organisms like Astobacter, Azospirillum. These are all the organism which is recommended for the N-fixing products. But if you see something which is outside India, the products there are like Encieria technology, which is an N-fixing bacteria, but it is not of the 4 listed. It is a different one of Gluconobacter. You see Blue N, which is an N-fixing bacteria again. It is of different origin of Methylobacterium. So there is an opportunities of having microorganisms role. And the limitations what we see here is in India, it is we are limiting the organisms based on the classifications. For example, a Pseudomonas, which is already being recommended as an pesticides, even though we have seen that there is a property of its biostimulant effect, it is not a biostimulant or a biofertilizer. It is classified as biopesticides. And EU, it is already stopped with 4 active so far, like communications like EBIC likes of committees, they are even opposing with more number of microbes, but still as of date it is only 4 listed actives are being called as microbes there. And with US, UK and other countries, it is not fully defined for microbial based products. And what we expect is that if the microbes possess an biostimulant effect or a biofertilizer effect, which can be proven through a molecular level or an efficacy level studies, it should be considered for the regulation aspect. And the scope what improves is that we'll have a sustainable crop growth. We have an enhanced tolerance effect. We can help in the reduction of the pesticides loads. And the process how we develop a microbial biostimulant at T.Stanes is first we will isolate an microbe. We'll do a complete characterization in terms of its basic features. We'll submit it to the regulatory bodies like NBA, NBAM, and we'll obtain the clearance. We start with lab clearance screening like we do with various pathogens, insects, biostimulant traits, and we see on what character, like whether it produces siderophores, what phytohormones it produces. And once when we are clear with laboratory level, we take it up to the semi-field level where we do potted or greenhouse conduct kind of evaluations. Then it later goes to the field evaluations. Once when we are clear that the product is suitable for an field level market, then we standardize the method of production and we take the product to the bulk level. And in T.Stanes, we have launched latestly with 2 microbial biostimulant. It is not into the market. We have submitted it for registration, but we have obtained a patent for this product. It's a patented microbial biostimulant. It has a number of properties. We have consigned with 2 properties here. It is one is it produces siderophores, which is most important in the growth, and second one is it helps in the root colonization, which in turn helps in the water uptake, nutrient use efficiency. And this product we have tested across India, and it has proven that it works across all soil, geography and all climatic condition. It has proven to have the higher efficacy due to the even at the abiotic stress condition. This is just a glimpse of trials what we have conducted across India. We have started from Tamil Nadu up to Rajasthan. We have conducted trials, and starting from paddy to sunflower, we have conducted trials at various crops at various locations. And one thing what we have observed is amongst the different number, it produces yield increase in all the crops what we have obtained so far. That is a single microbe-based product, and this is a microbiome-based product which we developed in coordination with an ICR institute. Here we have co-cultured around 10 microbes for its bioefficacy, for its bacterial, it's a 10 bacterial microbiome. And the main role is that it helps in the silica solubilization, which helps in the abiotic stress tolerance, which we have also conducted studies to an reputed ICR institute, and we have identified that these abiotic stress genes are getting activated when you apply this product on the crop. And this product was also tested by various locations, and we have found it has been effective across all the crops. And this is our overall biostimulant microbial packages. What we have so far, we have microbial biopesticides and we have biofertilizers, and currently we have 2 microbial biostimulants which is under regulation. Thank you.
So our next speaker is Mr. Rahul Tahiliani from Yes Bank. He'll be speaking upon the open network for digital commerce.
So I was about to say that my topic is absolutely different. Now the mechanism is also absolutely different because for some technical reasons I'll not be able to show the presentation here. So I'll be probably speaking extempore about ONDC. Just a quick show of hands. How many of you have heard about and know basics of ONDC, Open Network for Digital Commerce? That's okay. That's okay. Absolutely okay. So I'll probably start with basics. Okay. So Open Network for Digital Commerce. Okay. As the name suggests, it is a government initiative. Sorry, I forgot. By the way, I'm Rahul Tahiliani from Yes Bank. And trust me, I'm not going to speak about bank or banking at all. I'm only going to speak about ONDC in this session. So Open Network for Digital Commerce, as the name suggests, so it is a government initiative, one of the large public digital infrastructure project of Government of India. Similar to Aadhaar, we already know, UPI, we already know, account aggregation, CBDC. It falls into that category of a public digital infrastructure from Government of India. So I'm sure all of you would have used Amazon, Flipkart, Meesho, Snapdeal, etc. Correct? A quick show of hands, so just to show that you're listening. Great. So I think most of you have already used it in your daily lives. So what happens? You go to Amazon, you try to buy something from there, then you think कि यार एक बार Flipkart पे भी check कर लेते हैं, Flipkart पे और कुछ better तो नहीं मिल रहा है, okay? But what if I tell you, as a buyer, you will need only one platform where you can access all sellers available on all those e-commerce websites. You just have to register on one website and you will be able to find goods which are listed across platforms. Now let's flip side it. Let's speak from the seller perspective. Okay. Let's presume you are a seller. Most of you are representing your organizations here. You sell your goods. Okay. Some of you probably would be selling online as well, or probably will have thoughts of going online. So in the current scheme of things, you have 2 options. Okay. One option is that you go to Amazon, you go to Flipkart, or you figure out one of the various e-commerce platform, B2B platforms, and list your products there. Whereas what ONDC does, ONDC gives you an option of going to a single platform and then you are live on all the ONDC enabled platforms from day one. You don't have to go individually to each of these e-commerce platforms per se. So why did the need came up of ONDC? So what just to give you some broad numbers, okay? So in India there are about 15 or 12 million sometime back, but right now about 13 to 14 million retailers. Okay. Any quick guesses what percentage of those retailers are currently selling online? It's difficult to guess because the number is minuscule. It's 0.125%. Okay. 0.125% of the today's retailers are selling online. From the buyer perspective, okay, what is the penetration of buyers in the country who are buying online? So in India is close to 5 to 6%. In China, it's upward of 25%, touching 30%. In countries like smaller countries like Indonesia, 20-25%, US around 15-16%. In India, is still 5%. As just to share some basic facts with you, in last 10 years, so the number of internet reach, not the number, in fact, the internet reach has gone 4x. Okay, the number of smartphone users have increased to 7x in 1 decade. So basic infra is there. So even in rural areas, people are having smartphones, people are having internet accesses. But why is penetration so low on both sides? As I said, 0.125% of the sellers are selling online. Only 5% of the total base, population base, are buying online. So why is it so low? The challenge is e-commerce currently is being run by probably, मैं अगर आपसे पूछूंगा आप at max 5, 6, 7, 8 names you can list down, correct? Who are selling online. all are big giants. Okay, and a country like India, you have to be a big giant to make money selling online. As I'm talking about the platforms, not the seller. So like Amazon, Flipkart, they have tons of VCs money to spend money and give offers. Even if you buy on Amazon, most often that not, you will see that उनके preferred sellers ही list होते हैं in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 number. Probably you will not even realize on a 100th page, a smaller company will also be selling their product, but you will never go there. So government of India realized कि digital commerce के लिए हमने जो backbone infrastructure है that we have created in terms of internet and smartphone, but we can't leave it to such bigger giants to take care of the 15 million retailers of the country. So government came forward and started this project of open network for digital commerce. And what it did, it had two basic principles. Okay, it unbundled everything. Number one, I'll explain it what it means, and number two, interoperability. These are the two basic principles of open network for digital commerce. What it means is, first is unbundling. Let's understand unbundling. It says Amazon as a platform. Sorry, I'm not advertising Amazon. I'm just quoting Amazon because you all can refer to it very easily. So Amazon onboards a seller. Amazon also onboards a buyer.
Rahul, can you, I just received your that thing. You just continue from over here. I'll try to.
No,
run-
that's
try-
okay. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. This way, I think it'll make more interesting rather than just reading the slides. That'll be too much of data, anyways. Yeah. So Amazon is a single platform. It registers buyers as well. It registers sellers as well, and it has its own logistic partners who will come to you and deliver goods to you. So everything is run by a company like Amazon. They have their own terms and conditions. They will charge 25-30% from a small seller, sucks up all his margin, etc. So what ONDC does, ONDC said anybody who wants to participate on ONDC, so ONDC, just to share, is only it's not even a platform. It's just a protocol. So it is just a protocol defined by Government of India. It says anybody who wants to participate on ONDC can come over and can participate as one of the following buckets, as I said. One could be, you could create a buyer platform, which means you will bring a lot of buyers only on the platform. Okay. Second could be, you could run a seller platform where you will only, depending upon your skill sets, you will only onboard sellers. So they will not mix these two. And third, they have kept logistics separate. So what it means is that you can onboard multiple logistics partners as well. Shiprocket ho gaya, eCart ho gaya, Blue Dot, DHL, whosoever wants to come on ONDC, come on ONDC. So these are the three major blocks. Buyer platform, onboards buyer, seller platform, onboard seller, and logistics partners who want to come on ONDC. Now these are the three bigger blocks. So they have kept it separate. Now, अब आप बोलेंगे सब अलग अलग है तो आपस में बात कैसे करेंगे? There is a second principle comes into play, which is interoperability. That means all these three will speak to each other. That means once you're there as a seller, let's say if your entity is there as a seller, that means any buyer who's registered on any ONDC buyer network will be able to see your product there. You don't have to go to individually each of the platforms and get registered as a buyer or a seller. Similarly, आपने एक buyer platform पे register किया, you will be able to see goods available across seller platforms of ONDC. They speak to each other. Then, as a seller, you will have an option to pick one of the 10 logistics partners listed on ONDC. You don't have to necessarily go with one monopolistic partner. You will say, and that helps in hyperlocal delivery as well. One of the benefits. So if I have to ship from Delhi to Faridabad, Amazon, I don't have to go to a seller based out of Mumbai, okay, who's storing goods on, let's say, in an Amazon warehouse and getting goods from there. I can simply say I'll pick up a local logistics company who's present in Delhi. I'll pick him up because he'll be the cheapest. He will deliver goods to Faridabad the very next day. So this is how ONDC works. Multiple platform created. They all speak to each other. And trust me, once the ONDC is fully established, then probably just imagine all the sellers in India, which will grow obviously after ONDC, and all the buyers will come on a single platform on e-commerce. So that's the beauty of ONDC. So I have to quickly wind it up. Sorry, there are a lot of benefits that I can keep talking about. But so just one point I want to leave it, considering the audience in mind. So there are two type of opportunities that can be available for the companies who are participating here. One could be you can come to ONDC as a seller, or you can come to ONDC, get yourself registered as a seller platform itself, wherein you help your dealers, other entities to come on ONDC and sell on ONDC. So these are the two immediate opportunities available. I will, my apologies for the presentation. I will share with Vipinji later, and you can get it offhand. And happy, we will mention our contact details there. Any further queries, happy to answer that. Thank you for patiently listening. So any quick queries? I think Vipinji is not there, so we can make this. Oh, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful question. I missed it. One of the parents of not having PPT. See, cost is across categories currently 10 to 15% lower than any platform currently available on e-commerce, which is selling. Any platform. So it's a very economical model to operate on ONDC vis-a-vis the current cost of structuring. सेलर की कमीशन कम होती है, लॉजिस्टिक्स की कॉस्ट बहुत सब्सटैंशियली बच जाती है, बिकॉज दे आर 10 logistics partners who are competing to deliver the same goods from X to Y place. Yes, sir, please.
So any portal where we can register? So how to go to the ONDC platform?
Wonderful question, sir. So as I mentioned, ONDC is not a platform. It is just an open source protocol which is available. So as I said, if I understand, let's say if you want to become a seller network participant, what it means is that you want to enable sellers to come on your platform and start selling on ONDC. So you will have to register as a seller network platform with ONDC directly. So those are completely API. Front-end platform will be yours. They will only provide you an open source API. As simple as that.
Bank can help you get on to ONDC. We have tie-ups, we have TSPs who can help you get on.
Yeah, if anybody of you want to get registered on ONDC quickly, I can tell you it's 24 to 48 hours you can be live on ONDC. So we already have partners in place. Just let us know. We will help you depending upon how soon you can prepare the catalog from an ONDC framework perspective, and you're on live. Sorry, sir. One more question. Sorry. Just last one.
Is there a payment gateway on the platform, or is it directly to the buyer or the seller?
So what happens is buyer network participant जो होता है, buyer network participant buyer onboarding करता है, and साथ में payment gateway भी provide करता है by default. So payment gateways are not currently on ONDC. It is the buyer platform who brings a payment gateway.
So sample buyer is Paytm. You can access.
So Paytm में our minister Mr. Piyush very categorically said कि पहले backend में सब ONDC चलाते थे. This will not work. You have to show ONDC on the front page. So moment you open a Paytm app, you will see ONDC right at the bottom. You can click on the ONDC and start buying. Sorry, sir. One more question. Sorry.
I'm ordered my food from ONDC and it is almost 5% to 10% on discounted price on Paytm. So I'm like the user of ADC of that.
I'm telling you, ONDC will kick Zomato. It will take time, but yeah, a lot of economic efficiencies that come from ONDC.
Prices hit a high. ONDC was selling them pretty cheap.
Yes.
Like at 80 rupees a kilo when it was 30 to 50 or 3.
Almost 30 to 40 rupees the same on a burger, I would say.
Absolutely.
Discounted was to me.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Rahul.
Thank you.
Please have a seat. Thank you. I recently got introduced day before yesterday by this terminology when it was mentioned by the Additional Secretary, Government of India, the Department of Farmers and Farmer Welfare. So that's when I thought, okay,
So one point I want to mention that within 2 years, there are more than 3,200 FPOs within a period of 2 years already live selling goods on ONDC. And the target is within next 1 year, it will cross 7,500. So the ecosystem is already there. As a seller, we just have to be present.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got two presentations. One is a recorded one, which I believe will give a preset, Vinod, if you may, It is from PadmaShri Dr. M.H. Mehta ji. He sent a recorded message. He could not come due to his health. But it is very apt to your ancient Indian agriculture in that regard. So if you permit me, may I play his...
Namaskar and greetings to you all for this very unique and extremely important conference. Congratulations to BASAI for that. I'm sorry that I'm not able to physically join, but thanks to Vipin ji and the team of BASAI, at least I'm able to communicate some of the main issues and experiences that I would love to share with each one of you specifically. The biologicals, especially the agri-bio inputs, are going to be the most important and emerging industries in the time to come. The biologicals are being now looked at as from the major requirement for moving from green to evergreen, sustainable eco-agri revolution. And therefore, I think this gathering has a very, very special value and the importance. I recall India in a way was an early starter I would say somewhere in 1980s when we were setting up or when we had the proposal of setting up first semi-commercial plant for biofertilizers and biopesticides. I was a part of, as a director of a large and very progressive fertilizer complex, GSFC. But when the proposal was taken for setting up such a unit, it really had a bit of resistance from the board. Why, when our chemical fertilizer is doing so well, so much in demand, why move to these areas and all that? And we thought this is the future. That from there in 80s, we have come a long way in terms of the new developments, new products, new industries, and several new initiatives of and becoming biologicals as very important, if not alternative, at least the supplementary role which it has started playing now. We have a range of bio inputs now, and it's heartening that in a country like India, so also around the world, the awareness and its importance has increased manifold. The growth of this industry and the various products, like we see the range of biofertilizers, the microbials, the biopesticide, both botanicals and microbials, biocompost, and the great promising field of new generation biostimulants are all emerging at a very fast rate. The growth rate is high, but there is a long way to go, a long way to catch up. In fact, I recall when listing all my experiences and the field work in the last few years, in the book on eco-agri revolution, practical lessons and the way ahead was being released by the father of green revolution, Dr. Swaminathan. He wrote in his preface that the time is now to move from green to evergreen revolution based on the biological inputs, which is going to be the key, will be playing a key role for this kind of transformation. But let me also tell you the right path which we have now experienced in the last 2 or 3 decades. We know the chemicals are not going to be whisked away overnight. There is going to be a kind of a middle path transformation. Better and better biologicals are making inroads, and therefore we found, based on our last 2 or 3 decades of experience in several different crops, several agroclimatic conditions in India and Asia and even African countries, and we came to a what we call a 2020 model. The 2020 model basically is the model of transformation where we have 20% bio inputs being replaced, so it should lower the cost, and we find almost 20% plus improvement in the production. Now, this is the kind of practical model which even a conservative farmer has started adopting, and this is a good sign. One area where we know that a lot of developments are there, we say that many developments there, bioherbicides are still not seeing the light of the day. But there is another approach which I think we have to look into it, the huge amount of agri-bio waste. Agri-waste in general, it can be an extremely good component. Using the biologicals, using the sprays, which we have experienced, including stopping the parali burning with multi-microbial sprays, converting the agro waste or the stubbles into the soil seems to be the best solution. And several organizations in the last few years have actually taken up with the farmers and demonstrated, especially in northern India, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, even in MP. And the results have been very remarkable. The organic carbon in the soil goes up, there's no need to burn, and it becomes a forerunner for the other biological inputs in going to a regenerative or the what we may call eco-agriculture practice. So friends, what is the way ahead? There is going to be definitely, as the entire industry, the bio input development goes at a high speed, there is a lot of need, a lot of win-win type of situation. Really, I have the tie-ups, and I hope this is one area. The area of emerging biofuel microalgae base is another which is going to be, especially for countries like India, and I think much strong R&D and field demonstration are going to be the need of the time. We will have from the government level and at all levels promote the MSME, which are R&D based and which work closely with farmers as well as with the agroecology or the agronomy experts in the time to come. And sooner than we expect, the integration with the integrated farming practice, the eco-agriculture, which includes everything from not contradictory, that organic, regenerative, praकृतिक, all these things put together under the common title of eco-agriculture to move from green revolution to evergreen revolution for the sustainable future of the world. Thank you very much.
Now request Mr. Vinod Lahoti, chairperson of GeoLife, to give us a brief of ancient agriculture, I believe we need to know our past to understand our future.
Jai Hind. Jai Hind. Yeah, I know. Vipinji has intentionally given me this slot end of the session because he want me to charge everybody before leaving the conference. That's what I'm going to do now. Okay, so today's topic is ancient Indian agriculture, a path for futuristic agriculture. Like we all know, heard about old is gold, right? So today we are going to understand how to use old gold to make new design of jewelry into agriculture. You're all with me? Yes. Okay. So before going further, like we all have enjoyed food here last 2 days, right? Excellent lunch, dinner, tea, snacks. But do we all know that the food which we have eaten last 2 days or which we eat regularly has more nutrition or toxic chemicals in it? What do you think? जो हम regular food खाते हैं, whatever source we get.
Bit of both we said.
Yeah, bit of both. But yeah, bit of both. Not complete nutrition also, right? Yeah. So since how many years this problem has started? Toxic chemicals into the food? Last 60, 70 years? In India, agriculture is since thousands of years, right? Only 60, 70 years this problem has started. So before that, what was there, right? Do you all know that the yields which we have in India by using fertilizers, pesticides, hybrid seeds is still far less than the global benchmarks, right? Even if you want to know about the ancient time, you will be surprised to know, hard to believe that there's a data documented by British state-wise yield. At that time, I am talking about 200 years back, till 200 years back. And the data by Chola Samrajya, district-wise data they have, how much yield we had at the time. You will be surprised to know 75 quintals of wheat per hectare. Paddy 120 to 180 quintals of paddy in different districts, Tanjore and other districts. All is documented. So what happened? We average at 20-25 quintals per acre after all these hybrids, fertilizers, pesticides. So क्या हुआ है? और कैसे बदला है? Yeah, so today we are going to understand a little bit based on the research. Yes. So why it happened? Important is why it happened, how it happened, and who has done this. We need to understand this. Right? तो उस टाइम पे जो इतना yield होता था, I'm talking about 7 generation backs up to 1800s. उतना ज़्यादा yield था जो hybrid नहीं था, fertilizer pesticide नहीं था इंडिया में, and everything is documented. तो ये जब पता चला तो इक्रिसाइड के साइंटिस्ट डॉक्टर एलन नेने ने इसके ऊपर काफ़ी रिसर्च किया एंड ही wanted to know what is the practices which were used at that time. Your practices क्या है, कहाँ थे, कैसे थे. Then he came to know that British has stolen all this documentation and kept in Oxford University in UK. He was influential. He went there. He brought a copy of the entire ancient science of agriculture. It was written on palm leaves in Sanskrit. Then he got it translated in English, Hindi, then now Marathi also, entire set. Few are these books, you can say Ancient History of Indian Agriculture and Agriculture Heritage of India, Krishi Sasanam. There are around 20 books. They were made out of all the data which was there, which British has taken away. And few of things I will explain here कि क्या होता था, कैसे उस टाइम की agriculture practices थे and what we are missing. You all know about जीवामृत, right? जीवामृत कितने लोगों ने सुना है? Right? उससे बहुत एडवांस वर्जन था, हर्बल कुनाब जल वहाँ पे यूज होता था वो. इट वॉज एनारोबिक फर्मेंटेशन ऑफ जीवामृत के ऑल इनपुट्स प्लस द वीड्स इन द फार्म उसी में डालते थे एंड फ्यू हर्ब्स फर्मेंटेड करते थे एंड दैट लिक्विड वॉज सपोज टू बी यूज्ड एज अ फर्टिलाइजर. वीड्स क्यों? प्रकृति, द नेचर हैज गिवन एवरीथिंग सेल्फ सफिशिएंट. आप देख सकते हैं कि वीड के अंदर उतना डिसीज नहीं आता जितना मेन क्रॉप में आता. अग्री विद मी? तो वीड के अंदर नेचुरल न्यूट्रिशन, एंटीऑक्सीडेंट्स, विटामिन्स इतना ज़्यादा नेचर ने दिया है कि वो मेन फील्ड को न्यूट्रिशन दे सकता है उतना सारा। तो पहले पूरा यूज में होता था, अभी तक भी 20 साल पहले तक भी होता था। हम लोग वीड को निकाल के उसका कंपोस्ट बना के फिर से यूज करते थे। अभी वी आर नाउ एडवांस, वी आर यूजिंग हर्बिसाइड्स, वी आर किलिंग द वीड्स, राइट। और क्या होता था पहले जो फार्म्स थे, एवरी फार्म यूज टू हैव अराउंड 30-35% ऑफ फॉरेस्ट इन इट। इन ब्राजील स्टिल दिस प्रैक्टिस इज कंटिन्यूइंग, आई थिंक यू पीपल मे बी नोइंग अबाउट इट। तो वहाँ पे बर्ड्स रहते थे फार्म के अंदर ही, एंड नेचुरली जितना भी ETL लेवल के ऊपर पेस्ट होता था उसको बर्ड्स नेचुरली कंट्रोल करता था। एंड जो पेस्ट थोड़ा बहुत आता था तो वृक्ष आयुर्वेद, जैसे मनुष्य आयुर्वेद है, पशु आयुर्वेद अलग से है, वृक्ष आयुर्वेद भी है। फिर पशु आयुर्वेद में जाएंगे तो हर एनिमल के लिए अलग आयुर्वेद है, मृग आयुर्वेद अलग है, सिंह आयुर्वेद अलग है, गौ आयुर्वेद अलग है। इतना डिटेल आयुर्वेद हमारा है। वैसे वृक्ष आयुर्वेद बहुत डिटेल वृक्ष आयुर्वेद है, उसमें एवरी सॉल्यूशन टू द फार्मिंग इज बीन गिवन। और वो वृक्ष आयुर्वेद बेस से सॉल्यूशंस बनाते थे लोग, और एंड दे यूज्ड टू यूज इट एज ए प्रिवेंटिव पेस्ट कंट्रोल। उसके अलावा योगिक फार्मिंग, वैदिक फार्मिंग, होमिक फार्मिंग, काफ़ी प्रैक्टिसेस उस टाइम पे थे। देयर आर मेनी थिंग्स नाउ वी आर यूजिंग नेचुरल फार्मिंग, सस्टेनेबल फार्मिंग जो है, तो उस टाइम पे काफ़ी ये चीज़ें भी प्रैक्टिसेस में थी। तो क्या हो गया ऐसे, जब इतना ज़्यादा अराउंड 7000 ईयर्स से ये प्रैक्टिसेस इंडिया में थे और लास्ट 200 ईयर्स में वैनिश हो गया, और वी आर डिपेंडेंट ऑन ऑल द सिंथेटिक केमिकल्स। तो क्या हुआ, क्यों हुआ, कैसे हुआ, जानना चाहते हैं इसको? एक क्वेश्चन है, ब्रिटिश इंडिया में कब आया? 1600, राइट। दिसंबर 1600 में ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी दे फॉर्म, एंड द प्रेजेंटेशन वाज टू एस्टैब्लिश बिजनेस इन इंडिया, बट द इंटेंशन वाज टू लूट इंडिया एंड रूल इंडिया, राइट। 100 years, 1700s का पूरा 100 years, they looted India, they tried every means to conquer India, to rule India. हर तरह का साम दाम दंड भेद, they tried everything. You might be knowing 30+ shiploads of gold they have taken from India to British via Kerala. उतना गोल्ड लेके गए। इंडिया को ऐसी सोने की चिड़िया नहीं बोलते थे, राइट। तो वो सब किया, बट दे कुड नॉट रूल इंडिया। पूरा 100 years ट्राई करने के बाद में भी इंडिया को कॉन्कर नहीं कर पाए। सेम पीरियड, विद इन 15-20 years, many countries they captured, they conquered, they damaged their local culture, civilization, and they ruled those countries. Then in 1800s, they wanted to study इंडिया में ऐसा क्या है जिसकी वजह से इंडिया पे वो रूल कर नहीं पा रहा है। तो लॉर्ड मैकेले के अंडर में रिसर्च हुआ। देयर वाज अ टीम इन इंडिया, फॉर ईयर्स दे डिड रिसर्च, एंड ऑन 2nd February 1835 in British Parliament he gave the report. He told, we have traveled length and breadth across India and we have not found a single beggar in India. We have not found a single thief in India. मतलब एक का डिटेल डॉक्यूमेंट है इसका। कितने गांव ऐसे इंडिया में जिनके गांव में घर में दरवाजा भी नहीं है, एक भी चोर नहीं था उस टाइम पे। इंडिया इतना प्रॉस्परस है, इतने समृद्धि है लोग कि पूरे वर्ल्ड को वो चला सकते हैं, उतना धन है, हम उनको खरीद भी नहीं पा रहे। इंडियंस के वैल्यूज इतने अच्छे हैं, इतने मोरली इतने स्ट्रांग है कि हम उनको कुछ कर नहीं पा रहे। रूल करना है तो लोगों, पहले तो अंदर के लोग को ही तो ये करना पड़ता है, राइट। तो वैल्यू सिस्टम इतना स्ट्रांग है इनका कि हम इंडिया को कुछ कर नहीं पा रहे। वो अपने देश के लिए मर जाएंगे लेकिन अपने देश के खिलाफ नहीं जाएंगे। एजुकेशन, मतलब एक के ऊपर डिटेल डॉक्यूमेंट है। इंडिया में स्टेट वाइज देयर इज ए डिटेल डॉक्यूमेंटेशन की इंडिया में उस टाइम पे स्टेट वाइज 83 to 87% पीपल वेर हाईली क्वालिफाइड। 83 to 87% people were highly qualified. I am talking about till 1800s, start of 1800, 7 generation back. हमको जो हिस्ट्री पढ़ाया गया उसमें कुछ नहीं था ये सब चीज़, हम तो भूखे नंगे थे, वहाँ से हमको सिखाया गया, राइट। तो उतना एजुकेशन स्ट्रांग था। तो उन्होंने बोला कि कैसे किया जाए, रूल इंडिया को भी करना है तो क्या तरीका है। बोले एक ही लूप होल है कि इंडियंस थिंक दैट वाइट पीपल आर मोर सुपीरियर देन टू अस, एंड दे यूज दिस टूल and they decided to damage the backbone of India, which is Indian education system and Indian culture. ये दो चीज को डैमेज करने का डिसाइड किया। कल्चर के लिए यू कैन रीड बुक डिवाइड एंड रूल, मेनी बुक्स है उनके पूरे, काफ़ी चीज़ है ये सर। और एजुकेशन सिस्टम के लिए उन्होंने बताया कि उस टाइम पे इंडिया में 7,32,000 गुरुकुल्स थे। हाउ मेनी? 7,32,000 Gurukul. Mean every village had a Gurukul with advanced studies. What were the syllabus? उसके अंदर दिस इज द गुरुकुल सिस्टम. क्या सिलेबस था आप देखो. एडवांस साइंस, हमको जो साइंस सिखाया गया जितना हमने पढ़ा बहुत लिमिटेड है. बहुत एडवांस साइंस था उसके अंदर, एडवांस मैथमेटिक्स, ओरिजिनल एंशिएंट हिस्ट्री जो कि उन्होंने पूरा चेंज कर दिया. उनको जो बताना था उतना ही बताया. बेस्ट एग्रीकल्चर प्रैक्टिसेस. एवरी स्टूडेंट ऑफ द गुरुकुल विल बी नोइंग द एग्रीकल्चर प्रैक्टिसेस विच देयर फैमिली यूज्ड टू डू एंड दे यूज्ड टू कंटिन्यू. आयुर्वेदा, हर बच्चे को पता था जड़ी बूटी का नॉलेज. कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम हुआ जड़ी बूटी बनाया, यूज कर लिया. एक्सट्रीम प्रॉब्लम है तो दे यूज्ड टू गो टू वैद्य. नहीं तो कहाँ हॉस्पिटल थे, कहाँ मेडिकल शॉप्स थे. अभी जो गली गली में जरूरत है थे क्या? नहीं थे. राइट. वेदा, स्पिरिचुअलिटी, नेशनलिज्म, ट्रेडिशन, कल्चर, वैल्यूज, रिलेशनशिप मैनेजमेंट, नेगोशिएशन स्किल. उस टाइम पे करेंसी नहीं था, किसी के पास कपड़ा था, किसी के पास फूड था, किसी के पास कुछ था. हाउ टू नेगोशिएट स्कूल के बच्चे को पता होता था. वो सब्जेक्ट्स थे. लीडरशिप स्किल्स, सेल्फ डिफेंसिव स्किल्स, ये सारे उनके सब्जेक्ट्स थे. सब निकाल दिया उन्होंने. निकाल के हमको जो पढ़ा, हमने जो पढ़ा, इतने जनरेशन है वो लिमिटेड नॉलेज. उसके अलावा क्या किया गुरुकुल में, एक और था कि अगर 30 बच्चे हैं एक जगह पे, एक बच्चा सेकेंड चैप्टर पढ़ रहा है, एक बच्चा 5th चैप्टर पढ़ रहा है, एक बच्चा 8th चैप्टर पढ़ रहा है. दैट मीन्स unless and until you don't become excellent in that chapter, you cannot go to next one. One student will complete his studies in 5 years, somebody in 7 years, somebody in 8 years. But if you are coming out of school, you are excellent. That's why they were producing excellence. What these people did in this new system of education, they made 35% as a passing marks, so that you don't think about excellency. 35% of passing marks, 70% तो distinction. 70% मेरा बच्चा डिस्टिंक्शन आया तो घर में, गांव में सेलिब्रेट होता. यू ब्लडी डोंट थिंक अबाउट 100% वॉज देयर इंटेंशन. कि हमारा इंडिया वाला कोई भी 100% तक सोचे ही नहीं. बट स्टिल आवर इंडियंस आर हाईली क्वालिफाइड एंड दे आर अक्रॉस द वर्ल्ड. वो अंदर जीन्स तो कहीं जाएगा नहीं, बट बहुत लोग उसमें 35% में इन्फ्लुएंस होके उनके स्टडीज का बेंचमार्क ही कम कर दिया, उनका टारगेट ही कम कर दिया. ये हुआ है हमारे साथ. सो दे स्टार्टेड converting gurukuls to school. First started in West Bengal and then slowly they damaged the entire gurukul system over a period of time, and now the British school which we all came from, right? उसमें क्या हुआ? Coming back to agriculture, when independence came, there was a population of only 40 crores and we didn't had food sufficient for this 40 crore population. Before, we were in a position to supply entire world, and in the overall period of time 40 करोड़ के पॉपुलेशन को भी फूड देने के लायक इंडिया नहीं था. वी वर फोर्स्ड टू इम्पोर्ट फूड. यू ऑल नो अबाउट इट. और हमको जितने भी कॉलेजेस में हमने पढ़ा है, हमको कहाँ से सिखाया जाता है, हम बहुत गरीब देश थे, भूखे नंगे थे, देश में हमारे पास खाने कोई अन्न नहीं था, इम्पोर्ट करते थे वगैरह वगैरह से. ठीक है, सिचुएशन था वहाँ का, ओरिजिनल हिस्ट्री नहीं बताया गया बैकवर्ड. तो उस मजबूरी में ग्रीन रेवोल्यूशन आया. दैट वाज द नीड ऑफ दैट टाइम. हम सबको पता है क्या क्या डेवलपमेंट हुआ उसके अंदर. फर्टिलाइजर्स इंट्रोडक्शन हुए, बाकी सब चीज़ें, पेस्टिसाइड, हाइब्रिड, सब चीज़ वो पीरियड ऑफ टाइम हुआ, एंड इट वाज ए गुड सक्सेस. जरूरत था उस टाइम पे. तो हमारा देखो एकरेज फ्रॉम 131 मिलियन टन टू 140 मिलियन टन बढ़ा, बट फूड ग्रेन प्रोडक्शन देखो 51 मिलियन टन से 314 मिलियन टन का फूड ग्रेन्स बढ़ा. फ्रूट्स एंड वेजिटेबल 25 मिलियन टन से 333 मिलियन टन. मिल्क प्रोडक्शन 17 to 210, स्पाइसेस 0.02 to 11 टन, शुगर केन 57 मिलियन टन to 431 मिलियन टन, कॉटन 3 to 32 मिलियन टन, ऑयल सीड 5 to 38 मिलियन टन. It's a very big achievement what our scientists have done to overcome from the situation. Now we are food sufficient in इंडिया में. ऐसा कोई आदमी नहीं रहेगा जो फूड के शॉर्टेज की वजह से भूखा सोता हो, है कि नहीं? अब किसी का कर्म ही खराब है तो अलग बात है वो, लेकिन फूड के शॉर्टेज की वजह से कोई भूखा नहीं सोता. उतना फूड हमारे पास है आज. बट हुआ क्या उस प्रोसेस में? क्वांटिटी हैज इंक्रीज बट क्वालिटी हैज गॉन डाउन. यू ऑल एग्री विद मी? यस. दिस द डेटा. रिडक्शन इन एवरेज मिनरल कंटेंट इन फ्रूट्स एंड वेजिटेबल्स इन लास्ट 70 years. सोडियम, पोटेशियम, मैग्नीशियम, कैल्शियम, आयरन, कॉपर, जिंक, इतना परसेंटेज हमारा फ्रूट्स एंड वेजिटेबल्स में न्यूट्रिशन की कमी हो गई है. उसका इम्पैक्ट क्या हुआ? आप देख सकते हैं हम लोग प्रैक्टिकल एग्जाम्पल के साथ में, आज से 20 साल पहले जो हमारे दादा दादी नाना नानी थे कितने फिट थे, और आज हमारी कंडीशन क्या है। 30 इयर्स के एज में ही कई लोगों को बीपी, शुगर, थायराइड, मेनी डिसीजेस है। मतलब ऐसा है कि पहले हम फर्स्ट फ्लोर से नीचे गिर जाते थे, कूद जाते थे खेलते खेलते, आज तो बाइक से नीचे गिरा तो हड्डी टूट जाती है, उतने फ्रेजाइल हो गए हम लोग, क्योंकि फूड में है ही नहीं, न्यूट्रिशन ही नहीं है। व्हाट वी आर ईटिंग हैज़ नो न्यूट्रिशन। और एक एग्जाम्पल हम सब ने देखा ही होगा, 20 साल पहले एक लेबर 100 kg का बैग इजीली उठाता था, आज 50 किलो उठाने वाला हार्डली कोई मिलेगा हमको। क्या हो गया? फूड तो उस टाइम पे भी खाते थे, नाउ ऑल्सो वी आर ईटिंग फूड। सो द फूड व्हाट वी आर ईटिंग हैज नो सफिशिएंट न्यूट्रिएंट विच वी नीड। यू आर अग्रीइंग विद मी, राइट? और क्या हो गया? फूड में न्यूट्रिशन की जगह क्या हो गया? Bactericide, insecticide, fungicide, weedicide, nematicide, acaricides are there because they are very much important, but nobody is focused on PHI, pre-harvest interval। कोई ट्रेन नहीं कर रहा किसान को कितने दिन के पहले तोड़ना चाहिए, क्या करना चाहिए। हम एक प्रोडक्ट को रजिस्ट्रेशन करने के लिए 1 करोड़ 2 करोड़ रुपए खर्चा करते हैं, इतना टॉक्सिकोलॉजी करते हैं। अगर हमने उसके ऊपर आया कि 1 ml पे प्रोडक्ट यूज किया जाए तो उसका टॉक्सिक नहीं रहेगा, वो 1 ml जाके 3 ml तक नीचे जाता है, तो हमारा टॉक्सिकोलॉजी किया हुआ सब वेस्ट है कि नहीं? उतना अगर 3 टाइम्स हो गया तो हमारा टॉक्सिकोलॉजी किया, CIB रजिस्ट्रेशन, वॉट एवर कुछ भी होगा, एंड कंज्यूमर को तो फूड में न्यूट्रिशन की जगह टॉक्सिक्स तो आ ही रहे हैं। तो इसको हमको सोचने की जरूरत है कि हाउ वी कैन रीच पीपल टू यूज पेस्टिसाइड एफिशिएंटली। देयर इज अ सर्वे, देयर इज अ रिपोर्ट कि इफ द सेम सिचुएशन कंटिन्यूज इन एग्रीकल्चर, by 2040 30% of the people are supposed to get cancer. 30% of Indian population, 30% means in a family if there are 4 people, father, mother, 2 children, one of the 4 will have cancer. If mother has cancer, family is gone. If father has cancer, family is gone. If any one of the children has cancer, family is gone. This is a serious issue. Apart from this, another thing, do you all like to have take antibiotics? कितने लोग हैं जो एंटीबायोटिक्स लेना पसंद करते हैं? लेते पसंद करते हैं? पसंद नहीं करते, लेकिन आप लेते हैं हर दिन, हर दिन लेते हैं। कैसे? देखो, हम एग्रीकल्चर में एंटीबायोटिक्स यूज कर रहे हैं। एनिमल्स को, जो भी डेयरी है उसके अंदर फोर्स ब्रीडिंग करके जितना भी प्रोडक्शन बढ़ाते हैं दूध के लिए, इतना ज़्यादा एंटीबायोटिक यूज़ किया जाता है कि वो मिल्क के द्वारा आता ही आता है। अगर हम वीगन नहीं है, मिल्क का कोई भी डेयरी का प्रोडक्ट ले रहे हैं, दैट मीन्स वी आर कंज्यूमिंग एंटीबायोटिक डायरेक्टली और इनडायरेक्टली। मीट में तो बहुत ज़्यादा आता है, राइट? इवन हॉस्पिटल्स के द्वारा एंटीबायोटिक में, तो एंटीबायोटिक कहीं ना कहीं हमारे सिस्टम में इतना ज़्यादा है कि हम चाह के न चाह के, जान के नहीं जाके कंज्यूम कर रहे हैं। इसका इम्पैक्ट क्या होने वाला है? क्योंकि नियर लास्ट फ्यू ईयर्स में एंटीबायोटिक्स में बहुत ज़्यादा रिसर्च नहीं चल रहा है, नए मॉलिक्यूल्स नहीं आ रहे। सेम टाइप ऑफ एंटीबायोटिक्स आर बीन यूज फॉर ह्यूमन, एनिमल, एग्रीकल्चर ऑल्सो, विद डिफरेंट कॉम्बिनेशन, डिफरेंट डोसेज एक्सेट्रा, एंड दिस इज अल्टीमेटली कमिंग बैक टू अस, एंड हमारा उसके अंदर इम्यूनिटी बिल्डअप हो रहा है अगेंस्ट दैट एंटीबायोटिक्स। ऐसा सर्वे है कि 2040 के बाद में कोई भी बीमारी आओ, हमको एंटीबायोटिक्स काम नहीं करेगा, ऐसा हो सकता है, ऐसा मेडिकल साइंस के अंदर, लेकिन बाहर अनाउंस नहीं कर रहे हैं। इसके बारे में बहुत सीरियसली डिस्कशन इंटरनली चल रहा है, बट अभी तक कोई सीरियसली इसके ऊपर काम नहीं कर। तो कितनी बड़ी ज़रूरत है कि बायोलॉजिकल, बोटेनिकल एंटीबायोटिक्स के ऊपर सीरियसली काम करने की ज़रूरत है। ये तो 2040 के बाद कोई भी सर्दी, खांसी, बुखार, एंटीबायोटिक काम ही नहीं करेगा हमको, ऐसा सिचुएशन है। अवॉइड कर सकते हैं तो अभी साथ में मिल्क, जो चीज़ें हम अवॉइड कर सकते करना है। पैकेज फूड में जो भी प्रिजर्वेटिव्स है, दैट्स आल्सो हार्मिंग। तो कितनी चीज़ें कैसे अवॉइड करेंगे, वी डोंट नो। करे थोड़ा बहुत भी करेंगे तो थोड़ी लाइफ बढ़ेगी हमारी, मे बी। सो एग्रीकल्चर में अभी तक हम किसानों को, कंपनी वालों को, सबको अन्नदाता बोलते थे, राइट? दिस इज अ पिक्चर टेकन फ्रॉम इंटरनेट। टॉप 10 कंपनीज बोलते आया, नॉट टू मेंशन एनीबॉडी, लेकिन आज कंपनीज वाले, डीलर, डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर, किसान अन्नदाता से विश्वदाता हो गए, जो कि कंज्यूमर को पता नहीं है। सिटी में वाला समझता है कि मैं फ्रूट वेजिटेबल खा रहा हूँ, अनाज खा रहा हूँ, उसके अंदर न्यूट्रिशन भरा हुआ है। उस बेचारे को पता नहीं कि हम सब ने मिलकर उसको पॉइजन खिला रहे हैं। और लॉ ऑफ कर्मा अप्लाइज इन फार्मिंग ऑल्सो. लॉ ऑफ कर्मा सब जानते हैं ना, कर्म सिद्धांत. तो फार्मिंग में भी अप्लाई होता है. व्हाट वी गिव टू प्लांट, प्लांट विल रिटर्न सेम थ्रू फूड. If you give nutrition to the plant, plant will return nutrition through food. If you give poison to the plant, plant will return poison through the food. Simple. हम प्लांट को जो देंगे वही तो फूड के द्वारा वापस आएगा हमको. सो सोल्यूशन इज रिप्लेस पॉइजन इंटेंसिव फार्मिंग विद न्यूट्रिशन सेंसिटिव फार्मिंग. इस पे हमको सीरियसली वर्क करना पड़ेगा. न्यूट्रिशन सेंसिटिव फार्मिंग पे हमको रिसर्च करना पड़ेगा, इस पे वर्क करना पड़ेगा. सो हाउ इज इट पॉसिबल? BioAg companies focus on research to give effective solutions towards residue-free farming using microbial, botanical and other residue-free inputs. इस पे बहुत ज़्यादा रिसर्च की ज़रूरत है. साथ साथ में प्रमोशन ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन सेंसिटिव फार्मिंग एंड इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ ट्रेडिशनल एग्रीकल्चर प्रैक्टिसेस विद मॉडर्न अप्रोच. टाइम नहीं है तो डिटेल नहीं जा सकते, नहीं तो खाली एक एक के ऊपर एक एक घंटा बात कर सकते हैं, समझा सकते हैं. उतना हमने रिसर्च किया है इसके ऊपर. तो इस चीज़ पे हम सबको फोकस करना पड़ेगा. बाकी बायोएग का समझते हैं, ट्रेडिशनल समझते हैं, न्यूट्रिशन सेंसिटिव फार्मिंग को थोड़ा सा और समझते हैं कैसे है. तो न्यूट्रिशन सेंसिटिव फार्मिंग में हम सबको पता ही है कि प्लांट नीड डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन एट डिफरेंट स्टेज. बट डू प्लांट नीड ओनली मिनरल्स? खाली मिनरल से न्यूट्रिशन हो जाएगा? आज जितने भी हम यूनिवर्सिटीज में भी जाते हैं, कहीं भी पूछते हैं न्यूट्रिशन बोलते हो, सब बोलते हैं एनपीके, सेकेंडरी, माइक्रो, दे आर ऑल स्टिल अप टू मिनरल्स ओनली. खाली मिनरल से हो जाएगा प्लांट को? नहीं होगा. प्लांट नीड एट ईच स्टेज डिफरेंट मिनरल, डिफरेंट एंजाइम, डिफरेंट विटामिन्स, डिफरेंट एंटीऑक्सीडेंट्स, एंड दे हैव टू बी डेवलप्ड बाय यूजिंग बायोचिलेशन मेथड सो दैट देयर इज नो टॉक्सिन्स, नो रेसिड्यूज. तो ये हर स्टेज में अलग मिनरल, विटामिन, एंजाइम, एंटीऑक्सीडेंट लगेगा. वो अगर हम प्रोवाइड करते हैं प्लांट को तो प्लांट बहुत हेल्दी आएगा, ऑप्टिमम यील्ड्स भी आएंगे और रेसिड्यू फार्मिंग, फ्री फार्मिंग हम कर पाएंगे. So balanced crop nutrition to be developed with 5 or concept like right nutrition, right dosage, right way, right time, right form, ताकि प्लांट ऑब्जर्व कर सके. तो इसके ऊपर हमको काम करना पड़ेगा कि बैलेंस प्लांट न्यूट्रिशन हमको डेवलप करना पड़ेगा by using different mineral, vitamin, enzyme, antioxidant which are required for each crop stage. In GeoLife we have done research. We are working on this since last 15 years. By using 3 technologies: nanotechnology, microbial extract technology, Indian origin botanical extracts. In this we have developed solution, complete nutrition required at each stage of crop, innovative products for improving soil fertility, and with high yields we are helping farmers to grow nutritious, residue free, sattvic food, poshan yukt, vishamukh sattvic food. So we are very much successful in this, and we have huge data, university trials, and through which we are improving the health of soil, making plants healthy, the food which is growing is nutritious, and through that we are improving health of humans. So benefits of nutrition sensitive farming, we observed that 30 to 100% yield is increasing. Quick and visible soil health improvement. 15-20 days we can see the soil health is improving. Develop immunity and self-defense system in plants against pest and disease. Very clear observation. Pest and disease attack ही नहीं आता है इतना healthy plant को develop. We have observed this in COVID. During COVID, जिनका immunity अच्छा था उनको COVID का effect कम हुआ, जिनका immunity नहीं था उनको ज़्यादा हुआ. Same thing we are applying in agriculture. Less or no need of toxic chemical pesticides. High quality output with good size, color, taste and shelf life. High percentage of nutrition in food produced through nutrition sensitive farming, and produce high yield with poshan yukt, vishamukh, satvikan. So all these things are successful, and farmers को benefit, अलग benefits भी हो रहा है कि no direct contact with the poison. जब poison use करना कम ही पड़ रहा है, toxic chemicals तो direct contact नहीं हो रहा है, तो farmer को जो बीमारियां आती है direct contact की वजह से, उसमें हम उनको बचा सकते हैं. Huge expenses on pesticides जो हो रहा है वो कम होता है. Less or कम है. सो नो जीव हत्या. इतना पेस्ट को मारते हैं 1 एकड़ में, अगर हमको करना पड़ता है हजारों लाखों, तो वो बहुत हद तक कम. मतलब अगर इतने सारे पेस्ट अगर पॉइजन खाते हुए मर, पेस्टिसाइड्स फार्मर को या डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स को या कंपनीज को आशीर्वाद देंगे। इसके ऊपर बहुत बड़ा हमारा रिसर्च चल रहा है, वो वाइब्रेशंस के ऊपर। कभी मौका मिला तो हम, तो वो सब बचता है। एंड फार्मर फिर जो नेक्स्ट जनरेशन फार्म में प्रॉफिट नहीं हो रहा है बोल के गांव छोड़ के सिटीज जा रहा है, वो भी बहुत, और इसको हमने सक्सेसफुल किया है। एंड increase immunity and self defense system of consumers, leading to less disease, and poison and toxic chemicals will save people from chronic diseases. Consumer will enjoy food with, एक क्लियर ऑब्जर्वेशन हमने देखा है कि जो फूड न्यूट्रिशन सेंसिटिव फार्मिंग से उगता है उसमें क्लियरली ट्रीटेड अनट्रीटेड में वी कैन ऑब्जर्व दिस। एंड इंक्रीज इन यील्ड will, and we all do high find of acres of research farm, and we do all pod culture, then plots, and the multi location trials before commercializing any of our technology. Visit our research farm whenever you get chance. And this is our factory at Jejuri, the new lakh square feet area. We are coming up with the 4 plants. This is the first unit of 84,000 square. And second factory is in construction now. So whenever you have chance, please visit us. We you not for business, but because what I believe is only GeoLife or only a single. If you want to change the entire food chain, then everybody has to work on this. So we are open to खुद डेवलप करो अपने अपने इस चीज को, और इसको मासेस में लोगों तक प्रमोट करो। Can move towards it slowly. We can reduce toxins overnight. It is not possible. It will take time. God bless you. Jai Hind.
Thank you for gracing this session. I know it was slightly delayed, but my apologies. Request Zuzar Khurakiwala to kindly come on the stage and present mementos to the speakers, please. Rahul from Yes Bank. To Satish Tiwari ji. To Professor R. Raman. To Dr. Manoj, should I say? Manoj. And to Vinod Lahoti ji. Yeah, we'll have it. Yeah.
Please
Can we have a group photograph, please? Please. Okay, just one last thing. BASAI has also published this book on Vedic farming. May I request Vinod ji to kindly just, show it across. This is the Vedic farming book, if anybody is interested. This book has been inspired by his vision. So thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Yeah.